What's going on? I'm PokeWelder Zach, and today I'm going through how I made a Magnemite cane out of scrap metal. To get started, I'll take you through an overview of the final design and some of the features on it, and then I'll go through a time lapse where I describe what I did and how I actually made the cane. So without further ado, let's get to it. So to get started here, we've got Magnemite. He's got his two magnets on either side and a bed of lightning that is sort of keeping him hovering above the top of the cane. Additionally, his eye actually rotates, and so it's kind of like a little bit of a fidget spinner that you can mess around with while you have it. The next part, and this is the basis of the idea, is that it actually has a little slot for a portable charger. I thought it was going to be a cool, fun idea. That way you've always got a charger along with you. That's really the basics of it. So there's Magnemite, and we're going to get into the time lapse now. If at any point during the video you like what you see and you want to show a little extra support, I've got my QR code in the bottom corner that'll take you to my Patreon. I would love the support. It helps out a lot. So with that, let's get to it. As we can see here, we have the baseline for my Magnemite cane, the bolts, the two hemispheres I used, the portable charger, and some of the rods that make up the primary body of the cane. Okay, so we're kicking it off here with the outline for the holder for the portable charger. Just wanted to make sure I made a little cutout here for the buttons for the charger as well. Otherwise, it was pretty simple. Had the perfect piece of pipe for it. Second part, just did a quick outline for the magnets. And doing some outlines for the lightning bolts. Messed up on the first go around there. I really redid this just so I could try to optimize the amount of steel I was using and minimize waste. It was a little awkward trying to cut out the lightning bolts. They are not the easiest to cut out. Want to clean them up, make sure you get rid of the sharp edges. It is a cane after all, so don't want anyone cutting their hands while using it. This next part was sort of establishing the length for the cane. It's sort of at the top there, but approximately the 34 to 38 range is for most canes, just depending on heights. I like to have it be adjustable, usually in the bottom. This one was stationary, but here I'm attaching the holder for the charger. A couple quick little tacks. I originally wanted to have the top part of the Magnemite be able to unload or unscrew so that you could have a sort of like holder there, but it didn't end up working out too well. Right here, I'm just cutting out the magnets, quote magnets. Since it is out of scrap metal, they're not perfect, but I think that they turned out pretty well. Tacking them on now, sort of on the edges. This is where the sphere I was using was really thin, and so it kind of got warped with the heat. Drilling some holes for the little bolts in Magnemite. Surprisingly difficult because I had already tacked this on and couldn't do it from the inside. Magnemite does also have a bolt on the top of his head. However, because again, this is a cane, I tried it out and it just wasn't super comfortable, and so I did leave that part off of the general design. This is just cleaning up again. Had a couple little rough welds. Wanted to make sure to get that inside of the eye cleaned up as well. This is where I connect the Magnemite to the rest of the cane and try to give it a sort of floating appearance. Since Magnemite does hover, I thought it would be a cool aspect. So I used a really thin piece of metal for the middle, and then I end up using the lightning bolts for additional supports. This is just adding in a bottom to the portable charger holder, as well as having some hooks on the side so that you can wrap whatever cord you need with you. Easy access, easy to go. That was really the whole basis for this design for this cane, and I think it actually turned out really well. I'm pretty excited about it. Again, just cleaning up some edges there. This is the bottom part. Usually I make this adjustable, but for the parts that I had, I did end up going with just a firm bottom, but you can always add on additional caps to make it longer if you want. And this is sort of the finishing touches up here, just going over with a Dremel tool to make sure that there are no sharp edges, adding in a couple layers of paint, and I did go with like a little bit more of a gold to try to set apart the lightning, and some sort of rustic mixes with the silver paint and with the red and the blue, just to give it a little bit of a more rustic, artsy look to it. So there we have Magnemite, the finished product. It's got its lightning bolt base, it's got its magnets, and its eye is a little bit of a fidget spinner, so you can just mess around with it. And there's the portable charger, slides right in there, you can pop it out, and it's got a cable with it. So that about sums it up. Thanks for sticking around. If you liked the video, let me know by smashing the like button below and commenting on what Pokemon cane you'd like to see next. In addition, I just launched my Patreon, so if you'd like to show some extra support, I'd really appreciate it. You can get to the link by scanning the QR code at the end of the video. Thanks again for sticking around, and make sure you subscribe below for any additional updates, and I'll see you next time.